So I'm on this platform called Skool, you guys. Have you heard of Skool? Drop in the comments if you're watching this later and you have. So it's this educational platform, but it's very social aspect. And I've been an online creator, coach, course creator for since like 2018. And I've had a lot of, there's Kajabi and there's like all these different platforms, right? And Skool, though, is this place where it's really community. Like we really connect, kind of like we do here on YouTube, but then there's like a closed container, if you will, like a room where you're really getting to know people. And I spoke at this summit in one of these groups I'm in, and I just see like you guys, my whole business, everything is changing. And I think it's why I've been struggling with like my branding and what is it, because I help people build alter egos, future selves, but then I have a whole planning system that helps them do the whole transformation. But it's a lot, right? Like you can't just walk into the whole friggin' transformation. It's overwhelming. And so I did this live today, and it's like my friggin' element, right? I'm like, there's nothing I like more. And I thought, you know what? Maybe I'm going to do that here. Because, like, sometimes, like, when I go to make educational content for YouTube, I feel so versus like when I have like a live audience, it's just so different. And I thought maybe I'll just schedule like I can teach you guys how to build an alter ego like on a live presentation sometime. Like I did at the summit. I thought that would be fun. But what I decided also that I want to, so it's changing my whole community because my shtick's always been weight loss because that's what I've done, right? I lost 120 pounds live, built this alter ego. People start following me. They're building alter egos, but it was always like we're losing weight together. But there was always this aspect of it was always really about building that identity, and it really became this spiritual awakening I went through. I was like mid 40s, there was a bunch of perimenopause shit going on, but it was like I just had this whole when I stopped eating, like when I created this space for creativity to come in for me to I started meditating and I learned that I was the observer of my thoughts. Like I could see my thoughts happening and I'm like, what is this shit, right? Like we don't allow ourselves to be quiet enough to get to that space where we hear it. So it became much more of this spiritual journey that I became on and this like helping others create this for themselves and believe in something so much bigger than our current circumstance, right? Like, what do you think you were put on this planet for? Oh, I see I have some of you guys here. Do you guys like to dream big? Like, I love nothing more than hanging with a bunch of people that like to have big dreams and go after them. So let me know in the comments if I got some of you guys here because that lights me up. And when I get lit up, then we're off to the races, man. Let's go. Like, how big can we dream? What is your biggest, wildest, crazy dream? I remember it took me 50 years to figure this stuff out, right? I think like when you're younger, you get really good at you're like, I'm gonna go do all these things and be all these things, and then life happens. You have the kids and the jobs and you're chasing the picket fence. I had my beach house like on the ocean and I was like, what? Happiness isn't here? They told me happiness was at the big picket house with my, and I had this big dream of this oceanfront house and I was there and I was like, shit, it still wasn't there. Right? And everything I was seeking that was inside of me, but I had always been taught to seek everything outside, right? Yeah, life happens. And lichen, am I saying this right? Over and over and over again. You look unhinged, dude. I am so like jazzed on life. I might just seem unhinged. And that's cool. I'll keep you watching because you don't know what I'm gonna do next. Do ya? Because I don't know what I'm gonna do next. So it's very exciting. So I'm teaching this room full of other with female entrepreneurs, right? Like how to build these alter egos. Have you guys heard of this alter ego effect? Like, so your current self, let's say Fugges Shime, Fuggeshy Shime, whatever. Do you got a nickname I can call you? Because that'd make this whole live much easier. Let's say you have a future state you would like let's say you right now, I don't know, work in an accounting firm or something, okay? But you really want to be a rock star. That's like your extraordinary world, right? And you start to dream like, what would that look like? What would it look like if you were up on stage with a mic and you're singing your heart out and everyone's cheering and you're like on fire, right? Like, can you feel that in your bones? Like, and I'm just hypothetically, I don't know, drop in the comments for me, Fuggersheim. Like, I'd love to know. And you too, Lycan, if you're still here. Like, what is your current state and where do you guys want to go? Right? Like, what is that big, crazy dream? And do you dare dream it? Or are you already on the path to it? So, what an alter ego does, and this guy wrote this book, Todd Herman, he wrote a book called An Alter Ego Effect. And in this book, he guides you through creating this alter ego. Now, I made one. I didn't even know there was all of his stuff was out there. I thought I was making shit up. I made this, she was called Slayer. And she slayed the goals, right? This is back in the height of when I was losing 120 pounds. And there's been a lot of stuff that's happened, you guys. But so I made this Slayer, and she's like slaying all the goals, right? And so the alter ego helps you get from your current state to that future state when you can't quite imagine yourself there yet, but you're like, I know I want to embody these things. And what does it look like? So you create this extraordinary world, you create your heroic self. Because you guys know this. Hi, Ellie, how are you? So you guys know this, right? Who is the alter ego? Superman or Clark Kent? Which one do you guys think is the alter ego? I'm going to give you a second here on this. You guys know who Superman is, right? I would assume everybody does, but I thought everyone knew who the Pink Ladies was, and people came in my group, and I was using the Pink Ladies and all of that. So Ellie guessed Superman. Anyone else want to guess? So drum roll. Hi, Oliver Stay. Who do you think the alter ego is, Superman or Clark Kent? Okay, drum roll's over. Spoiler alert, the alter ego is actually Clark Kent. Superman is the real being. And the moral of this story, you know where I'm going with this, right? Is we're all superheroes inside. Right, Clark. Yes, like, and you guys are right. So Clark is the alter ego, right? He's trapped in that ordinary world. So here's a question to ask yourself. This is how you know if you're in the ordinary world, right? Like, what are you frustrated with in life right now? And what is the thing you know you can do you're not doing? That's a great question, right? And so this is how we determine, okay, I know when I had gone back to corporate America and I was working this 9 to 5, sitting in my car in traffic 2 hours a day, and I'm good at my job, I'm really good at my job. It wasn't lighting my heart up. Not like talking about this stuff does. Like, what's his face said I was unhinged. I'm like, I know, I totally look unhinged because I get so excited talking about creating alter egos, about changing our destiny, about unlocking Superman, right? Okay, like how fun is that? Wise advice for new gen. Yeah, Ellie, right on. So, so Todd Herman that wrote the book this alter ego effect that I was telling you guys earlier, he works with like a lot of professional athletes and stuff, and he helps them quickly transform who they are on and off the court. And for example, he'll help them create this whole persona of being this badass basketball player or whatever they need to embody to go out there and be able to kill it at their sport, right? And they'll have like, he talks about making a totem, and they'll have like a towel or something. You see them like they're wiping sweat, but they're really putting on this alter ego. You guys know Beyonce has an alter ego, Sasha Fierce, right? Or maybe it's the other way around. Beyonce would be the alter ego. That's her ordinary self, right? So it just bends the mind a little bit, you guys, to think about what is possible, about the infinite possibilities for our lives and our paths and our choices. And what if you dare to dream in the extraordinary a little bit? And what if my life was this, I don't know, the guy earlier that was on here that he was going to be the rock star, right? What if it looked like, I know when I was younger, I used to be in the mirror and I would practice like I was a TV host or something. You know what I mean? And I would like practice in the mirror, like I'm talking to you guys right now. We didn't have this when I was a kid, right? I had to like spend hours in a mirror talking to myself like I was some TV show host. But then I went like, oh, I wasn't good enough to do that. I wasn't pretty enough, thin enough, whatever, all the shit society puts in our heads, right? That I wasn't enough to go and never pursued it. And I hit my 40s and I was like, what would your big dream be? And I was like, well, I always wanted to do that. And then I just started sharing my life online on a podcast. And then I got to be a part of that. And I can't tell you like how in my element I feel when I'm speaking and sharing and engaging with people in community. I don't know, it's like part of my soul. And it's like, when you're doing the thing that is lighting you up, that you were meant to do. And it's the seeking of that purpose. It's unlocking all these superheroes within us. Like, what do they look like? What do they want to explore? And do you dare to step into the arena or the field of play, right? Like, what do you dare do? I want to hear from you guys, right? Like, I'm good at science and art. Oliver, are you doing something with that? Like, what does that look like for you? Confidence is strong enough to get the job. You can do this. You can do this, miss. Okay, this is real helping me. Okay, I didn't miss anything here, did I, you guys? Okay, so just think about that for yourselves, you guys. Like this ordinary life we're in, the Addie that went to work 8, 10 hour days, sat in traffic 2 hour days, feeling miserable and stuck in like just the old stereotype of it, right? Working for the paycheck and the retirement and the houses and the cars. And is that life? And to some, that might. Maybe your core value is security and that makes your heart sing, right? But I want freedom. I want to explore the world. I want to dream big and make epic shit happen. Right? What do you want? What do you desire? And ask yourself these things. And I think if we don't give ourselves time and space and place to ask ourselves these things, we don't do it. We spend more time planning vacations than we plan our lives. You guys know that's an actual statistic. Like, when is the last time you sat down and said, what do I want? What do I want my life to really look like? And I don't mean a financial plan like, oh, when I'm retired, I'm going to have X, Y, Z. It's going to be over here and I'm going to have this house. I mean, what do you want your life to look like? What do you want to experience? You know? I hate 9 to 5. Yeah, here's the thing, right? I'm like clearly a Gen Xer and I totally identify millennial. When they do these tests and when did we do one? It's been a few years, but they had us do a test in the workplace, and I've always identified with the freedom from the job place. Like, if I can do the job in 4 hours, why am I sitting here? And if I can do it from my house, why do I have to sit in traffic for 2 hours to go there and do it? Not necessary. Why, so you can watch me? Oh, don't get me started, you guys. Sometimes our big dreams will fail. Oh, Oliver, you're just opening the door. Of course you're going to fail. Nothing is gained if you don't fail. The only way you get to a goal is by failure. So you start looking at failure as learning moments. You start embracing failure now. Because if you're not failing, you're not dreaming and trying, right? Think about that. If we are growth seeking beings, so in order to move to try something new, do anything new, you're always going to fail. It's like the example of kids learning to walk. They don't just pop up and start walking, but do they give up trying to walk? No, eventually they're going to be running around the house causing hell, right? But it takes them how many times to practice walking before they're good at that thing? Dan Sullivan has this thing called the 4 C's. And this will carry you through to any goal, you guys. He says, first, you must have commitment. You must be like, I'm all in. I want this thing. Like, I can tell you guys right now, I'm losing 100 pounds again because I will not stop. I will fail over and over again in the face of adversity. And the only way I don't get that goal is if I give up. And I might fail the whole way to that goal, but I'll get there eventually, unless what? Unless I quit, right? So you make the commitment, and then what do you have to have courage. You have to step into it because you're not capable yet, right? You have to keep going into it until you're like, okay, I'm getting good at this now, right? And I just know I'm good at weight loss because I did it before. I did it naturally. I regained weight because I had a bunch of health shit go on, but I'm back on my sleigh. So I'm already like kind of past this courage phase in my weight loss. But with my business, YouTube, this is a whole new thing for me over here, hanging on YouTube with you guys, and I'm really enjoying all the different people I get to meet over here from like all over the world, all different ages. On Facebook, I felt like, oh my God, like it was just, I love my Facebook community, but even they weren't seeing me anymore. And now I just get to have fun conversations with you guys. Okay, wait, I went off track. Okay, commitment, and then you need courage, and then you get capable, and then you get confidence. Oliver, you're setting me up. Are you AI or something? How do you know where I'm going with this? You're a smart cookie there, Oliver Stee. Oliver T. Hi from Australia, Abel Hansen. How's it going? I have a lot of women in my group from Australia, and it's so fascinating because I try to coordinate times for our calls, and it just bends my mind because they're like ahead of me, and then I got people on the East Coast behind me. I'm just like, I'm in Hawaii, so it's like all over the place, right? Okay, so no, so Oliver's like, no, Addie, I'm a real person. I just already am so smart, I already know what you're gonna say. Damn, you're good, right? You are kind of smart. Okay, so Oliver's nailed it, you guys. So we make the commitment, like no matter what, I'm getting this goal, right? And then, oh yeah, I should say they like him, right? I totally could be screwing up the pronoun thing too. Good call, buddy. So, guys, where was I? Oh, commitment, right? So, hey, I'm committed to this goal. I'm going no matter what. And then you got to have courage to step into it. Like, I'm going to show up in the face of failure no matter what. And then you get more capable. Like, every time the kid falls down and he gets back up, he might be a little scared or whatever, but it's not going to stop him from trying to get up because he wants to run around the house and raise havoc, right? And it's not going to stop us from getting up. And this is why your why is so important. You lived here in the 90s. Hey, Northern Texas. I have been here since '08, but kind of back and forth. Arizona is my other home base. I'm here until my youngest graduates high school, and then I'm going back to Arizona because my body likes it there. I'm allergic to everything out here, man. I'm trying to not own that for myself, but it's kind of true. So, doesn't and just because I'm smart, it doesn't mean I'm AI. I'm just learning from my mistake. Oh, okay, sweetie. We won't think you're AI anymore. We promise. Liken, watch it, buddy. Okay, so Texas, we're talking about getting to goals in failure, right? And how you have to fail to get to any goal. And like, how dare we step into the arena? Like, how can we get to the goal if we don't ever get out of our little safe nest? But our brains want to keep us safe, right? They're like primitive. They like don't want you to go out and get eaten by the tiger, right? You lived by the pineapple fields by Diamond Head. No, there's no pineapple fields over there anymore. The only one is like in the middle of the island, and they only keep that for the tourists. Most of our pineapples are imported from South America now. True story. But they still have the Dole plantation, and there's a little maze you can do, and they have that pineapple whip ice cream. That is like everyone goes for that, and there's like a train. Yeah, it's kind of like a little tourist thing, it's kind of fun. Um, sorry for thinking you're AI. Yeah, Oliver, we're sorry. Will you forgive us? Yeah, that plantation. Well, Tex-Mex, sorry. It's been a while since you were here, so probably a lot has changed. Probably the whole city I live in wasn't even built then. I live out in Kapolei in the west side, so experience makes a man wise. Yeah, right? I mean, I think through our lived experience, that's where wisdom comes from. Yeah, totally. Oliver is the best example. Living on failure will be confidence. I didn't even get to confidence yet. Man, you could just write this whole thing out for me, buddy. Okay. Commitment. I think maybe I did get to confidence, huh? Commitment, courage, capability, and confidence. Dan Sullivan teaches that. He's the owner of Strategic Coach, right? And has all these concepts and stuff. That's kind of he's just fun to learn from. If you guys haven't heard of him, and I just love that knowing when I'm stepping into the unknown, like learning all this YouTube stuff, you guys. Oh my God, right? I'm learning DaVinci Resolve. Any of you guys YouTubers, like creating videos, YouTubers? So I'm determined that I want to make better long form video and I want to do like a vlog style because I've always shared through my life experience, but I also want it to be good. And I want it to be like you guys are like, oh, what's Addie teaching us today? Right? I'm going to have these different alter egos. I'm going to have teacher Addie, like maybe I got the whiteboard out and I'm like, all right, guys, here's the 4 C's. And then I'm going to go live the 4 C's and like in real time in Hawaii and go on little adventures and stuff. And also on my weight loss and my business journey and stuff like that. So, anyhow, someone said, oh, Oliver does animation. Okay, so you're going to understand this. I am 3 hours in a DaVinci Resolve tutorial and I'm feeling kind of like genius. And the guy says, my God, there's so much to show you right here, but this video's already long and we got to move on. And I'm like, what do you mean there's more to know like on the edit page? You know what I mean? I'm like barely scratching the surface. But I'm going to get enough skills to know like, okay, I can put a good video together and I know doing this will make me 10 times faster, but the learning curve on it, wow, right? And I've done some video editing, but like really elementary. We're talking like CapCut and that kind of stuff, right? Not like what I'm trying to get to. So I learned how to make floating clouds. That was very exciting with a mask, and I made it move. It was very exciting. It was a very proud moment for me. I miss Leonard's. Oh, malasadas. Yeah, dude, this is why we get fat in Hawaii. Nobody talks about the food. Everyone thinks it's all pineapples and fruit out here. Nobody eats that stuff here. It's too expensive. We can't even get it. Like you go to Costco and half the stuff's rotten. It's expensive. So I had to quit my job so I could prep my food at home again. It's not really why I quit, but it has helped me lose 20 pounds so far since I quit. I'm like, I just can't figure this shit out. Like back in Arizona, we have salad to go, protein house. Like you can eat on the go healthy. It feels like impossible here. It's really hard. Everything's like plate lunch and rice and mac salad. Tex, you know the mac salad. It's a step. I used to suck at animation, but I kind of still kind of good, but I'm learning from my mistake and will become confidence. I like how you worked the 4 C's in there, Oliver. Good job. I love it. Yeah, yeah, what was I gonna say? Yeah, like and it's a step in the process, right? Of being present on YouTube and my people finding me so they can come build alter egos and badass future selves, right? And really, my passion is helping midlife women put themselves first again. But it starts with this dream, right? Women my age, you guys, like we forget how to dream for ourselves. We're busy dreaming for our kids. And we're busy building stuff for our employers or ourselves if we own the business, and we forget how to take care of ourselves. You hear about that airplane mask, and it's no joke, right? Step by step, I am right. You are right. You're totally right. You have a cool podcast setup. It'll be helpful for growing the channel. Yeah, so Ellie, I started podcasting. Oh, you mean this? This is my yoga studio. I actually just set this little area up. Is that what you mean? This is kind of my, and then I have, that's my whole like a war station over there. That's the tech center over there. I started podcasting from the pool. You guys can see that on my channel. Follow along if you want to check it out. But I was like, I just got to make this easy. So my podcast is going to be less about like production and more about my podcast has always just been me telling my stories and my lessons in real time, and it's very unscripted and just me showing up. And I started just doing it from the pool. This week I was in the car because like I'm sick. Can you guys hear I'm sick? I'm gonna have to get off because I'm like totally gonna lose my voice if I keep talking. But I was just pumped from this event I was at, and I had to come tell you guys the delicious loco moco. And then we got Tex-Mex still talking about the food. Dude, what about Laliha Bakery? Did you ever have Laliha Bakery back in your day? Yeah, thank God I'm back in shape again. I had to move to Arizona, got all skinny, came back here. I was like inflated again in like a year. I had some other health shit go on, but still, I found I have mold toxicity. You guys, this shit's no joke. And get all the chemicals out of all your stuff, your pans, your laundry detergent. You're like, once you get a toxic load, getting this crap out of your body is like over. I drink a ton of water, actually. Yeah, the bakery. So actually, this is in my podcast from last week. I dropped in a little clip of me taking down a Cocoa Puff. I was like, I still dropped my 2 pounds that week. I want you guys to know, but I had to really game it because I knew I was going to eat JJ Dolan's pizza and Laliha Bakery Cocoa Puffs, right?